As a gender fluid femme, I attract an interesting crowd of people, and I just want to jump right into this topic because there's a lot to dissect. Hi lovers and femmes, it's me, Ramada the Femme, and welcome to my channel. Happy 2023, everybody! I can't believe we're in this new year already, and I can't be more excited than to start my channel off than to talk about this topic. If you've been following me, you know that I love talking about sex and dating and gender, so let's get right into this one. So I mostly find men either online or out at bars whenever I go out, but the majority of them I would say is online, like the dating apps like Grindr, Tinder, Bumble, all those ones. Now, I would say that most guys that are into me would consider themselves straight or bisexual or pansexual. I just kind of ruled out gay men already because, hello, look at me. I look like a girl, so obviously gay guys don't like girls. They're not sexually attracted to girls. They're into other men. And so I mean, some of them are into me, but I just want to say like 95% of them are not. So I just kind of rule them out. And honestly, I'm not even butthurt about it because most of them I'm really not into either. Like, let's just be real. And that's not to say that I dislike gay men because most of my friends are gay men. Most of my friends are in the queer community. But do I want to date them? Do I want to have sex with them? Whole other story. Now for me, I'm going into this year thinking that I need a man who is actively bisexual or actively pansexual. Now, when I say the word actively, that is very important. I stress it because I can't be dating a curious boy anymore. I can't be dating someone who's just experimenting or who's just trying things out for the first time. I am sick and tired of being a person's first time or someone's first experiment. I'm not that girl anymore. Like, as soon as a guy tells me, he's like, oh, I'm bi-curious, and you'd be my first. I can't tell you how many times guys have said this to me where they say it as if they think that I would find that flattering. Like, oh, I'm your first experiment, so you should take that as a compliment. No, bitch. It may have been a compliment to me back in the day, like when I was first experimenting with gender, with my sexuality. But now that I'm grown and I have experience and I know what I want, that's not attractive to me. You not having any experience is not attractive to me. At all anymore. Like, you could be the hottest guy. You could be Zac Efron. You could be Michael B. Jordan. Okay, you know what? I take that back. If any of those two boys actually messaged me, I'd be down just to like say I did it. But you know what I'm trying to say. Like, for the most part, most men who say it's their first time, cut, block, delete, bye. Now, when it comes to dating, as I've mentioned in other videos, it's really hard to find someone that's as open and as public as I am. And so the guy that I'm seeing, they have to be very confident. You know, confidence is key. Confidence is attractive to me. Because what I find ends up happening is that we just end up hanging out in my apartment or his apartment, and we don't really ever go out. And what I've experienced the last few years when it comes to dating is that that's what they all want. They just, like, they want to date me, they want to get to know me better, they want to continuously hang out, but it's always very private, always very secluded. It's just the two of us, it's never in public, and I'm past that now. My mentality, especially last year, I kind of had this big revelation last year when it came to like my standards of dating, and I'm really upping the ante this year of my standard. Like, my new standards are just, you have to be willing to go on a first date, our first hangout, in public. That is my new standard. And I know some of you bitches are laughing like, yeah, bitch, like, why wasn't that your standard before? And I totally get where you're coming from. But the thing is, if you watch my previous video, I've already explained it. It's, like I said, it's really hard to find people who are willing to go out. Most people, especially those who are exploring still, they don't want to be seen. They don't want to be caught. They don't want to be found out, you know? And so in a way, I feel like I've been respecting a lot of these men's privacy that I've been dating over the last few years. And now I'm at a point where it's like, well, now you should respect me. You should respect me and my new standards. Another thing that I learned last year is that there's only so many things that you can experience together in my house or in your house. There's only so many things we can do here, right? We can watch a movie, we can have dinners, we could do all this da 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 da, but that can only take a relationship so far. You need to know how your partner, your date, interacts with other people. How are they with the server? How are they with the bartender? Are they a nice person? Are they polite? Are they friendly to other people? These are things that you can't really figure out if it's just the two of you. Like these are things where like you have to go out and experience together. Let me tell you about my luck when it comes to dating. My bad luck. The times that I do actually get the chance to go out with a guy in public, it could go amazingly well. We could have the best dinner. We could have the best conversation. We could laugh. We can even try to make future plans. And we could have like the best time. But what I'm trying to say is like, usually a lot of these men get freaked out afterwards. I feel like in the moment, they're so into it. They're so, I think, kind of in disbelief that, oh wow, like they could really like a person like me. And I think once the date is over and once they're home and they're thinking it all through and analyzing it, I think they get kind of freaked out. They're kind of like, oh shoot, like they rethink and like maybe this isn't for me actually. They kind of get caught up in the moment. And that's what I find a lot of my experiences are. Like they get caught up in the moment. And then after a week or two, it's like, never hear from you again. Like they'll ghost me. And no, I'm not being delusional when I say that, oh yeah, he was so into me. Like, no, like I know when it's a mutual connection. Like, you know when someone likes you, right? Like, cause they text you, they show they're interested. Like, I know there is that mutual interest. I'm not just being delusional. And this is why I have to think about, well then what changed in between our first couple dates to them ghosting me? And what I find is that one, like as I just said, they kind of get freaked out and they got caught up and now they're rethinking their whole sexuality and it's too much for them. Or two, our dating and hookup culture is so intense now and we have so many options. Like everybody has so many options that it's just like, I could have been their number one and then within a few weeks, I'm down to like their number 6. You know, like everybody has a list. Everybody has their top 5. Let's be real. You know, if you're single, like you have a top 5. Okay, bitch? Like, let's just be real. Everyone has a top 5. And it's just hard to, you know, maintain that status because there's just so many people out there and there's so many dating apps and so many people are willing to just hook up. And I feel like our hookup culture is so prevalent now. Like I feel like we're at its peak. Everyone knows, if you're in a small city, a small town, I kind of feel like everybody knows everybody. And even in a big city like Toronto, I feel like everyone knows everyone. Everyone has dated this person. Everyone knows about this person. It's like, at some point, you hope that people just exhaust their options. It's like, okay, I've dated everyone, I've tried everything, and now I know what I want, I know who I want, I know the qualities that I like in a person, I know what I want in a relationship. Like I really hope that people get to this point faster these days, as opposed to just like, you know, staying single, and like, it's like, how much longer can you keep up this hookup culture, like, or this bachelor culture? When I talk to my friends and my girlfriends about this topic, I kind of feel like most people, as they get older, their standards just get higher. The older that you get, the higher your standards are. That's the case for me and my friends, at least. It's like, cause like we've been around the block. we've had tons of experiences, dating, hookups. It's like, it's almost like I've done it all in a way. And it's like, I feel like a lot of people, as you get older, you want something a little bit more meaningful, a little bit more deeper. You want to have more of a connection with somebody as opposed to just a quick 1 hour hookup and then poof, gone, Casper the ghost. It's like, that was fun in my early 20s, you know, to get that kind of validation from someone really attractive. And it's like, oh yeah, I got to hook up with this person. And like, you get to show your friends like, oh, look at this guy. I hooked up with this guy. But it's like, that doesn't really do anything for me now as, you know, I'm in my 30s. It doesn't do anything for me now. I was talking to one of my good friends, Kamari, about dating and what our turn-ons are. And they mentioned that self-awareness is hot. Self-awareness is sexy, people. Okay? When you are self-aware, it's like, you know what your strengths and weaknesses are. You know what you're good at. You know, like, you just know yourself. You kind of have this it's another level of confidence, I think, when you are self-aware. And it's just funny to say that because it's like, I actually think a lot of people are really not self-aware or even aware of their surroundings. And I think what I'm trying to get at is the last 2 years, I'd say, just for myself, like my own journey, like I've reached this level of self-awareness and and reaching this new standard, like that's what I've gotten from it. So be self-aware. Self-awareness is sexy, okay? So do everyone a favor and do some soul searching before you really try to date other people. Self-awareness and confidence together, killer combo. That will get me. Anyway, I really hope that the trans and non-binary community get a lot more light and recognition this year. I feel like it's gonna make dating, not just dating, but, you know, just because this is a topic of dating, it's gonna make dating people like me a lot easier. Because I find that the media has so much power. You know, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to start my YouTube channel in the first place, is because I believe that showing myself is not only, like, it's not that I'm trying to, like, inspire people or inspire you, I don't know, whoever's watching. It's not for that. It's just that visibility for me is everything. I learned this lesson a long time ago when I was in university. Just being my queer, confident self, it makes everyone else, you know, this straight world, this straight cis world, feel like, oh yeah, there are other people out there. Being visible is everything to me. And that's why, like, I want to, you know, talk about these topics and I want to put myself out there. And this is why I'm saying that I really hope the media, like TV, movies, music, even more trans and non-binary artists are kind of at the forefront. I really hope that there's just more of us out there and really killing it, you know? Because I just think it'll be beneficial for all of us, for us in the community and for those who want to date us. Because it's going to show them that it's okay to date someone like me. Anyways, I feel like I've been rambling now. I feel like I got a lot off my chest. So thank you so much if you've made it to the end of this video. Whew. You know, sometimes I like talking to the camera just like this, just kind of like unfiltered, raw. And I feel like I hope that you take something out of it. Whether you're a lover of mine, whether you're a fellow femme of mine, then I just hope you take something from it and maybe get a little insight, a little inspiration. Let's see what 2023 has to offer. Let's see what this year has in store for me. And I hope you can join along the ride with me. And if you do, please help your girl out. Hit the like, share, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.